All right, good afternoon or evening, everybody. This is the CSRN weekly podcast. We used to call it our video minutes, and we try to broadcast, Julian, every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Well, it's about 6:15, so I guess everybody's getting their money's worth.
CP time is still alive.
I know. We're trying to squash that. I thought we squashed it for the month of Juneteenth. I tried my best to not have.
Maybe it came back.
All right.
For Juneteenth.
All right. Okay. All right. I guess it carried right on into Black August.
Yeah.
But this is CSRN, our weekly podcast, where we come to you live and talk about some of the things that we did last week. And we're going to do a recap this week on Juneteenth. We did a short one last week and just still embrace the month of Juneteenth. All right. Mm-hmm. It's a whole vibe. And some of the things that we're working on right now and some of the things that we got planned for the future. I'm Brother Washington Muhammad. I use the pronoun he and him. I'm one of the co-founders of CSRN along with Mike Leonardi and Drabil Bay. They had this idea of Community Solidarity Day that you can come and speak truth to power. You don't necessarily have to be a politician, pastor, professional. You can just know what you're talking about and passionate. And we had our first protest at the corners of Erie and I think Jackson. Erie and Adams at the courthouse, and we'll reveal that in our mission statement. And no one went home. Usually they tell us to calm down, or one of our leaders come and tell us to calm down, and we do, and we go home. But we just kept coming back. So we're here today. I have on it's a red and white striped shirt, but it looks pink and white.
It looks more of a salmon color.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, that's what's up. Yeah. All right. And I have on my thick rimmed brown glasses, not clean shaven, but you wouldn't know, close haircut. And as always, I'm dedicated to respecting and protecting and defending all Black bodies, no matter the cost, no matter the gains or loss. And this is the headquarters of Black Lives Matter, Justice or Else, even though we're broadcasting from Maconda.
Maconda, straight out of Maconda.
Right. So, hey, look, that's who I am. If you could introduce yourself, what are you wearing?
Yeah.
Oh, that hat. All right.
Yeah.
Y'all should be here for that. And then we'll schedule some live podcasts where the people can come in and just see how it happens.
Yeah, if you'd like to see or participate in one of the live broadcasts or podcasts, go ahead and drop a message if that's something that you would show up to. Since COVID, we really depend on your internet interactions, to know how we're going to go forward. So please let us know. My name is Julian Mack. Preferred gender pronouns he, him, and bruh. I'm a medium brown skinned man. In the summertime, I just barely dip out of that light skin category.
That's right.
And
come on home. Come on home. All right, it's good over here.
And I am wearing a shirt from Jute Mode that says "Pass the Puppy Chow," which is always been my favorite Midwestern snack, which is Chex Mix with peanut butter and chocolate.
Okay,
and powdered sugar on top. I am wearing a Solidarity Fist necklace and a necklace that says "Grateful," with Malcolm X styled glasses, and my revolutionary hat, which is full of all different revolutionaries. You got John Lewis, you have Huey P. Newton, Harriet Tubman, Nelson Mandela, Angela Davis, Rosa Parks, Malcolm X, and many others. And has their mugshot, and then it has a question mark, right? And I always am very empowered by that question mark on the hat, which could mean a number of things.
Right.
Who's next, or just thinking about how the criminalization of Black liberation how consistent that is even across the diaspora and across the sea when you look at someone like Nelson Mandela. And it grounds me, right? This hat grounds me into the work and reminds me that it's an honor to be able to carry that mantle and do this work
That's right.
in my own community.
That's right. Hey, listen, what we're going to do, we're going to take a short break and we're going to come back with our guiding principles and our mission statement. And we got a short clip from Brothers United, our sister Avis Files and the staff there. They put together a dynamic video. So we're going to use that as our bumper right now. We'll be right back. This is the Community Solidarity Response Network, our weekly video minutes, or it's a podcast now.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll be right back.
Pathway Incorporated Brothers United program believes that children are important. Every day we support and advocate for fathers because when children have involved fathers, the whole community thrives. The fathers that come into the Brothers United program are mostly young fathers who are primarily gang members or drug dealers or those involved in lots of trauma from the time when they were youth until now. The program has fatherhood classes which teach you about your role as a father, the importance of being a father, healthy relationships, how to co-parent and work better together with your co-parent, and then economic stability, how to get a job, how to keep a job. It is so important for fathers to learn to take care of their children holistically, not just emotionally, not just physically, but financially as well, because children need a holistic approach.
I really just needed help with really being a better father and looking for a job to be able to support my kids.
Some of the problems I was facing when I joined Brothers United was communication with my children. Had some time apart from each other for a while, so they gave me the tools to really get back in communication with them.
Fathers will come into our program with their heads down. 2 weeks later, their heads are up. 3 weeks later, they're laughing and talking. 4 weeks later, they're building a bond. And by the time we get to 8 weeks, they're saying, hey, we want to stay here. What can we do to stay connected?
It gave me a better perspective on how to look at things from other people's point of view. You know, sometimes us as men, we get caught up in being prideful and arrogant, thinking we don't need the help. We do. And we just have to put our pride, selfishness, and arrogance to the side. And when the help is there, take it.
Hope plays the most important role in everything that we do because we have to have hope. We have to remember that fathers are important, and we have to not only say it, but we have to live it, we have to breathe it, we have to do it, we have to convey it to everyone.
Let's get a BU Nation on 3, fellas. 1, 2, 3. BU Nation!
The dads give us hope. The dads supply for us on the days when it gets hard. On the days when we've seen more violence than we ever want to see. On the days when we've lost some dads to jail or to murder, they give us hope. And so the hope that lives can change, if you invest in them, if you believe in them, then lives can change.
Brothers United changed my life, let's say, because of where I come from, what I've been through. I learned to understand it is help out there. Don't be scared to ask for it. If you don't reach, you can't grab. That's it.
They made me more employable, more desirable by employers, which in turn helped me provide for my family and provide for my children and my grandchild. So it makes me a better man, a better father, and a better example.
It showed me like how to be better to my kids, so I went and got custody of my son. My son been with me for a couple months now. So this showed me how to be a better parent all around, just a better man, period.
Initially, I didn't know that it could change men's lives. I didn't know that fathers could change. But it's amazing to me when fathers come back a year later, 2 years later, and tell us thank you. Or they'll make a Facebook post and say, look at what I'm doing now. It's amazing to me about the level of work that we've been able to do and the lives that we've changed in just a short period of time. And the fathers who come back and say, thank you, I needed you, and you were there.
Shout out to Brothers United, man.
All right, we are back. Hey, that was a smooth transition.
Yeah,
All right,
it's
all
getting
right.
better. It's getting better.
I
We're
know.
getting there.
Hey, listen, it's Brother Washington, and it's Julian who serves as our spokesperson. Hey, look, we're going to get right into it. We'll double back on our mission statement later on, and we got our brother Omar Gent calling in from the Colorado institution, correctional institution. But I really wanted to talk to you about Juneteenth.
Mhm.
We really didn't get a chance to unpack it last week, and you got some other things that's going on too. Man, what was Juneteenth like for you, and what are some of the other things that you think we need to be up on coming up on the horizon?
Yeah, so there's a lot going on. I mean, this Juneteenth in Toledo was phenomenal. Not just our event, all the events around, but it was phenomenal.
Right.
Entire weekend of beautiful blackness everywhere, and it just makes me really happy and excited. Now I of course am a little biased to our event, which I think it really gave me chills. There was a lot of emotional investment that I had in this particular event that meant something, right? Like I really wanted to go in the room over there. Sorry. I really wanted to put on an event that was larger than anything that we're doing right now. You know what I mean? Like I wanted it to represent more than just the issues of the present, but to have a underlying theme that is ever present,
Right.
and that we have our own self-determination, that with our own self-determination, we can we can enhance our lives to matter more, right? Like I'm all for protesting and everything, but there are things that are in our power that we can do better with. Absolutely. Right. And so it was just phenomenal, right? In the way that it all came together.
Right.
And I'm just full of gratitude for it.
All right. Now, you say in some of the media that was produced, the work doesn't stop.
No.
All right. And we can take a victory lap for what's been going on regarding Juneteenth.
Global Telling.
What are some of the other
Except for
things
approved attorney
that you
calls,
see?
this call may be
What are
monitored
some
or
of the other things that
recorded.
you see
I have a
coming up
prepaid call
on the
from
horizon?
Yeah. Sorry, I
an
kind of got.
inmate a Colorado Correctional
I
Facility.
know I have
Customer
ADD,
assistance, billing,
and I got distracted with my thought with Juneteenth, but
4249. To accept this call,
so two things. One,
Decline this call, hang
the primary election is right around the corner. A lot of people may not realize this. Early voting starts next week.
Right.
In regards to the Ohio House primary.
Right.
Right now, the primary, our House race is as important as election as we can really have. And I know that's rhetoric that people hear every election cycle, but I want to add some context to this. So
We'll be having you on in a second. Okay. All right.
So up until 2010, right? Typically, the way that the House, the state legislatures would be representative of, or similarly, right? With of course, each state has its own trend, but typically it would be representative of kind of the national political trend,
Right.
right? Like the it would trend more towards Democrats, right? During the during the 90s when the Ohio House trended more Democratic, and during the Bush years it trended. During the early Bush years, it trended more towards the Republican end. And a phenomenal thing happened in 2010 that we don't talk about enough, where there was this, the birth of the Tea Party movement and birtherism. We know this white lash or this white backlash to Black progress always happens in American history. It happened with Reconstruction.
Right.
It happened and the implementation of Jim Crow. It happened with the war on drugs after the Civil Rights Movement. And it happened with, the 2010 election and that kind of red wave. And then subsequently Donald Trump after the election of Barack Obama. But I think one thing that's gone unnoticed is what happened to our state legislatures and how they became overran with Republicans that cared very little about our issues and what we care about, right? If you listen to some of their platforms, they're completely disconnected from what's happening in the Black community. And it's almost alien concept to them in many ways, right? And so even when you get to issues like women's rights, right? That had a, we had a 180-degree turn from abortion being legal in Ohio this week to it being illegal, right? And that is because of the state legislature, right? It's not illegal everywhere in America,
right,
but it's illegal in Ohio right away because of the state legislature, and even more so because of how the maps are gerrymandered. Now, these maps that are gerrymandered, they went to be challenged numerous times, and they ended up settling on still a biased map.
Right.
Right. And so, but there's a lot of confusion that comes with that. Confusion that causes the vote to be suppressed. Right. And right now, it's so important, right, that over this next week, over this next month, you research the candidates and vote for somebody that's going to represent us well in Columbus, right? There's some really important people. We have like Erica White running,
right,
Daniel Ortiz, Michelle Grimm.
Let me step in.
Oh yeah, all these people. Yep.
I know we got Brother Omar from Colorado. He's on the phone right now to talk about the prison industrial complex.
Oh, yes.
And also he's going to be coming to you live, talking about some of his steps, because we call him to the carpet too and say, hey, look,
yeah,
you got to outdate, all right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of us that don't have outdates. And we're going to ask him, what are some of the things that he's planning on doing? Now, before we take our break, are we planning, CSRN, are we planning on having a forum where we can bring all of those state?
Yeah, we will have a forum. We will be having a forum. Whether it's virtually or in person is to be determined, but we will be having a forum very soon. And actually, while you got him on there, revolutionary greetings.
Well, he's not on.
He's not on.
We got him in the green room.
Oh, we got him in the green room. Okay.
Look, he already behind bars.
I know. Well, I just wanted to ask him something in regards to family.
All right, let's bring him on then.
Okay.
Let's see if we can.
And then I got to be out.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. We're about to go live with our brother Omar Gent from freeourbrothers.com. Let's see. Revolutionary greetings, brother. Can you hear us? Let's bring him in. Nope. Looks like they just disconnected him. We're going to bring him back.
Okay.
All right. We're going to bring him back. So you've got like 3 minutes.
Okay.
And then we're going to take a short break. Hopefully we get him to
let me add this, right? Like, for example, this is no secret, right? Tony D is running for State House against Paula Hicks Hudson. this is something that people don't know, right?
Okay.
Like this is a big deal here, and we need to make sure we show up and show out for our people.
All right.
Just to circle back around really quick to Juneteenth. It was really powerful to celebrate Father's Day.
Global Tooling.
Howard fathers, specifically Black fathers, on this Juneteenth. And that'll lead right into the next question I got for
All right.
Brothers to be. Revolutionary greetings.
Oh, we're logging him in now. We're logging him in right now, family.
Right.
Hey, this is live webcast. All right, Digger.
If you're at home or in the car or wherever you listen to the podcast, go ahead and say it with me. Revolutionary greetings.
Greetings. How you feeling, my brother?
I'm good, my brother. I had to get away from a lot of noise, you know.
All right. Hey, listen. I've got a couple more minutes with Julian. We have Julian, brother Julian, here with us. Hey, he had a question for you, and then he's going to bounce. We're going to take a short break, and we're going to come back with you, our administrative lead, and we're going to keep this thing moving. Julian.
Hey, how you doing, brother Omar? I just had a brief.
I'm good, my brother.
Oh, there we go. Now I can hear you. Okay, good. We celebrated Juneteenth and Father's Day with our Father's Day celebration, and I'm actually going to, as soon as I leave here, going to be going to the VOA, where there are some brothers that are one step away from being released from incarceration. And I just wanted to ask you just about fatherhood and incarceration. Right? I wanted to get your perspective on, freedom, the so-called freedom that we celebrate on Juneteenth. Right, a different version of freedom, or a different version of a lack of freedom, right, that we celebrate on Juneteenth, and then also how that's connected to fatherhood, and then just what we can do to empower ourselves or empower brothers that are incarcerated. Obviously, can't necessarily make up for lost time, but they want to make up.
Good question.
With the impact, right? What would be your message to those brothers?
When Juneteenth came around, I was in my feelings, man, because I watched CNN and they had a title on it, and Michelle was trying to get me watch the concert. I just couldn't listen to it and watch it. And the title in this. The title says celebrating, freedom. And I was just like, freedom, huh? Here I am fighting legal mass incarceration, brothers and sisters are being killed by the police, so many different attacks on the community. I had to shift my way of thinking for a minute and say, well, let me not, overlook what the ancestors went through, to get us this far, and the steps that they took immediately after so-called emancipation, as far as, separating from the enemy of the rise of our people in the towns they had, and the businesses they had, and if that lesson was lost, then it's on us. So I said, let me grab that lesson instead of being in my feelings, man, and see what I can do to work with people like yourself, other groups, to really embrace that, I had to change my way of thinking. And as far as fatherhood, one of the brothers came up to me right before I called back, and he said that, because he has an organization out here in Colorado working with his brother called Make a Chess Move. He's trying to teach brothers about the game of life through the game of chess,
All right.
He said, it's crazy how all these brothers know everything about their gang, their hood, but don't even know what size of shoes that the kid wear, or what they need, or the kids, real concerns. And I thought about it. I was like, many times, me being my fiance has a son from another marriage. I consider him as my son. I had to strip away a lot of this, what isolation does to you from your it makes you sometimes so hard and not sensitive towards the needs of your family at times because you just get so caught up in trying to survive this prison.
That's right.
And trying to just stay hard and focus. And I realized, man, I have to slow down. I have to let the creator in. I have to think about reconnecting with my source, the creator, my queen, and my family. So I really had to soften myself down and, like, you know, my stepson, well, my son, he's all in all these. I really don't know to build a relationship with him. To get to know him. So I got to soften myself down, you know, and on his level, and then also incorporate what you see, the legacy, you know, the power. After I talk to him and build a relationship with him, that you can't make up for lost time.
Teach.
And use the time that you use, you know, that you have now wisely to make up for, you know, those losses, you know. And that's what I learned. I had to, even when I was talking with my woman, man, and, you know, we were going through various things, she was just like, I need you to be emotionally present. I needed to hold emotional space with me. I'm thinking, like, this is so complicated. You know what I mean? I'm getting frustrated.
Yeah.
Like, what you want me to do? Cry? I get up and keep running. What do you? And then it dawned on me, like, yo, slow down.
Yeah.
Slow down. She needs you. She needs you to be, not to try to fix the problem automatically. You know, listen to her. If she's sad, hold that space. If she's angry, hold that space. Don't fix it. Just listen to her. Let her get it off her chest. You know, soften yourself, humble yourself. It's been a hard lesson, but she's been teaching me. You know.
Thank you, Omar.
Thank you, man.
About that, my brother.
Hey, listen, brother,
Yes, sir.
hang with us. We're going to take a short break. We're going to come right back because we want the people to get a chance to know about freeourbrothers.com and some of the things that you've got going on or coming up in the future. Family, this is the CSRN Weekly Podcast. We'll be right back.
Did you know addiction is a disease, not a moral dilemma? The opioid epidemic and substance use have a major impact on communities of color and many people's lives. Wasion Wellness Recovery Support Center offers culturally relevant, inpatient and outpatient behavioral health treatment and recovery support services to any Ohioan struggling with addiction, mental health, or finding sober, safe housing. We must recognize that treatment is available and accessible to all. If you are in need of treatment or want to find out more information, you can call 1-888-728-2713 to talk to someone or schedule an appointment.
All right, we are back. This is the CSRN Weekly Podcast. I'm Brother Washington Muhammad. I've got the administrative lead of the administrative core with me right now, and also we've got our brother Omar Gent from freeourbrothers.com. Hey, how you feeling, brother?
Real good, my brother, real good.
Hey, listen, one of the questions that I wanted to ask you, because every week we have new listeners, new people that stream our podcast after, you know, we recorded it. I was going to say tape it. How do you say you're old without saying you're old? You say you're taping.
Gracious, brother.
Okay, all right. Hey, listen, could you tell our people who you are? And our process question for today, brother, since you do have an out date, what are some of the things that you plan on doing upon your release?
All right. My name is Omar Gent. Through the grace of God and with the help of this podcast, I'm a warner. You know, I'm here to inform our people, you know, all people, especially our people, about this illegal mass incarceration machine that's railroading, you know, not just people in Colorado, but going into the various states and jurisdictions and bringing them back to Colorado to serve time unlawfully. So, you know, I'm just a fighter and a truth teller. And basically, I'm here working with you, my good brother, and thank you for this podcast.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And for me, it's my way of going back and getting our brothers. As a former confined citizen, I realize that there's some stigma attached to some of us that have done our time. All right. I've got all about it, you know, and then some, that we can come back. We can be productive citizens, but we also have some dynamic brothers and sisters that are still in the belly of the beast. And I really think that a lot of us that have spent time have got a chance to sit down for a second and think about our next move and be better. So you've got some plans upon your departure. What are some of those plans?
Yes, sir.
And what can we expect to partner with you upon your release?
Well, I have some plans, as far as most immediate plans, depending on where I am. If I stay in Colorado, then I have to just go ahead and basically just get the, a job I can get secure as I go through the halfway house process. But in the future, my goal is to be involved with, the struggle brother to bring out the cases in here, the other brothers, and, even to hook up with some of the sisters that's been railroaded to make that my main focus. My fiance is already working on getting me the certification, a class I can take to become a personal trainer. I love to work out so much, and make some videos and capitalize off of that. Put that back into the struggle. Also, medical billing and coding, so I can help her because she's a mental health therapist, and she specializes in narcissistic abuse. So I want to be able to help her, as far as the insurance issue, making sure she gets the money, that we get the money, so we can put it back into the community. And I don't like the legal system, to be honest with you. I don't want to be a lawyer, but I want to study to at least get my paralegal degree, because the bar, once you take that bar, there's so many shackles on you, man. But I will get that paralegal degree to be able to assist other attorneys that I'm working with through different connections that I have, and give it to the grace of God.
Right, and for me, already being out here, none of us are going to be completely free, irresponsibly free. None of us are going to be independent to the extreme. But there is what I've learned in this new struggle is a word called interdependence, meaning that we're going to need each other. And you may need some people that are part of the legal system. You may need some people that are part of the so-called criminal justice. There are people behind enemy lines that want to help us. There are people that we've met in this struggle that are lawyers, some judges, and a select few of the police department that want to help. All right, they can't be out here like Ruth and Julian behind the mic or behind the bullhorn. But there are people that support us, and it's up to you to come out and do the work, because we have to earn their trust.
Most definitely.
You're gonna put some work in that people believe in you, and we're not gonna. Well, I believe in you. However, the public's not gonna just give you that. They're gonna have to see you do things for people that can do nothing for you, and that'll be part of your proving ground, because they say that you got to love our people more than they hate themselves. So what are you going to do? All right. And you're going to be tried by us. You're going to be tried. Someone's going to say, well, where's the money going? And you haven't asked for a dime. Some people, they're going to act as if your help is a full-time job. Where's Brother Omar? All right. He should be here, so that's going to be your proving ground. We're going to be here to assist you in every way possible, because we want you to be sustainable. We want you to be able to come out of where you are with a wealth of wisdom. And this is my last thing, brother. You remind us of that prodigal son, all right? That son that went off and made his own decisions, all right? And experienced what the real world was like. Now, most of us have never veered toward the criminal justice system, so they don't know. However, you're coming back with a wealth of knowledge that you can give to our people So we welcome you. All right. We see you as the treasure that you are. So,
thank you, my brother.
We're looking forward. I'm looking forward to that. And just being a member of the Nation of Islam, I end up coming in contact with a lot of brothers that come out of the prison industrial complex. And, and I let them know, hey, look, here's what you need to do. Nobody owes you a dime first. All right. Nobody owes you a dime. Stop being mad and get a job. Find a positive support system, because once you get out, if you've got family that support you, hey, you've done more than most of us, So those that listen to me are still out here. Some of us that think they can beat the system that the system created. Hey, they're part of that recidivism, and keep feeding that machine. So, hey, my last thing, upon coming out, are you looking to stay in Colorado? Are you looking to another state?
Well, all my support is back home, and I was aiming to try to go home. I was told by my case manager that it was not, she wants me to stay out here for a year or so.
Okay.
And possibly go, get the parole transferred over to Florida.
Okay.
But to be honest with you, once I revealed to her that I knew certain information that you're able to get transferred within 120 days for instant contact, she just was me the transfer to your home state. She totally disappeared. So it's been months since I spoke to her.
All right.
So I feel there's a plan and a plot that basically she's upset that I know this knowledge, but she's not going to deter me. It's all in Allah's hands. I just keep pushing for my release, wherever He places me. For the grace of God, I will continue to fight and move the mission forward, my brother.
And I'll also say this, brother. Regardless where you are, you're going to be on some level of restriction upon your release. I was too.
Yes, sir.
All right. And just know that. So we just want you out. All right.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
We just want you out.
I just want to tell people real quick too, William. Also, the plan, for the enemy that's listening, I know they listening. File a massive lawsuit for what they've done, not only to me, but for other brothers who've been railroaded in the community to star in my case. File a massive lawsuit for this illegal incarceration. I've been working to build platforms with various authors and people that have been blessing me with has come my way. So to expose the world that what's going on in Colorado and to sanction these people for their criminal acts,
All right, and look, it's no mystery. They read our mail. All right, they monitor our phones. We're not doing anything outside of the law. We're speaking truth to power. So no, don't. I don't fear that. We don't fear that, but we want you out. All right. So if being out means that Colorado is going to be that staging area, fine. If it means that Florida is going to be that area, fine. We just want you out. We don't want to waste, and we don't want to waste another week to get started. So, hey, bro.
Yeah, I keep pushing, my brother.
Yeah, keep pushing. Hey, listen, we're going to go ahead and shut it on down right now. Oh, for anybody that's listening, how can they contact you? We've got your website up right now where it says Stop Illegal Imprisonment in Colorado, freeourbrothers.com. How can they reach you on Instagram? What's your handle on Instagram?
It's Instagram at Free Our Brothers. Instagram at Free Our Brothers. And please encourage everybody to go to freeourbrothers.com and sign a petition.
All right. Hey, brother, as always, thank you for being with us today, brother. Thank you so much. And be it the will of Allah, we'll see you next week.
All right. Thank you all. Shields up, revolutionary greetings.
Peace. All right, family, that's our brother Omar Gent, calling all the way from Colorado. Hey, Ruth, before we jump back into Juneteenth, and we really never got a chance to talk to you because you led the charge with CSRN, Brothers United, the Qs, and everybody that was a part of this. You heard it, all of the cats. All right.
Yes.
And I really wanted to just get your view of all of that. And that's a view that a lot of us didn't have. Well, really none of us, because none of us were you. We really wanted to process that. So did you want to run it? Can I run a short commercial?
Yeah, for sure.
Come right back. This is the CSRN weekly podcast. We'll be right back.
Audio Jungle.
All right, we're back. This is the CSRN podcast with music. I don't know why they didn't stop the music.
Got to talk to our producers.
I know, man. Hey, listen, we have not only Ruth Lynn. Oh, we got Jody smoking a cigarette. All right.
Yeah, thank y'all.
Hey, yeah.
Don't promote that by any means necessary.
Hey, that's all right. At least it was the cigarette this time. But anyway, family, this is the CSRN.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I was waiting for you to see. I was throwing shots at you. Hey, look, this is a weekly podcast. Hey, listen, we're going to group right now, and then we're going to bring Jody in. We've got 5 minutes of heat. We've got Jody, who I've seen everywhere, and I know I saw him at two places on the opposite side of the city at the same time. All right.
Sounds about right.
Right. I don't know how he does it. I just stopped asking. Hey, Ruth, if you could, because I think you're on auntie duty today.
Yes, it is auntie camp.
Auntie camp. All right.
Yes.
Okay, that's what's up. All right.
Yes.
And like my lawyer used to always say, better you than me.
I mean,
I never liked him when he said that.
I get it now.
All right.
I get it now for sure. But no, it's it's 6 kids ranging in age from 2 to 19.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
keeping them all occupied and fed and happy and, you know, on a level playing field of emotional intelligence is the goal of every auntie camp. And I think we're successful this year.
All right. Juneteenth.
Yes.
This is the month of Juneteenth.
Yes.
We just happened to celebrate it the days of the 18th and 19th.
Mhm.
All right. And
Correct.
the 20th for those of us that took that day off anyway.
yes.
All right. Hey, look, for you as an primary organizer, I've been that primary person, but not for Juneteenth, not for this many people. All right. Not like that. All right. So we are not the same.
Okay.
But the struggle is real. All right.
Indeed
the struggle
it is.
is real.
Indeed it is.
For you, what was your view? What was your observation of Juneteenth, and what did you get out of it?
So for many years, I wanted to bring the spirit of Washington, D.C. and Maryland, which is my home, to Toledo. And I always wanted to do it through the lens of Black women. And over the past 10 years that I've been in Toledo, my focus has shifted to Black men and just kind of giving them an opportunity and platforms to make sure that their mental health is acknowledged just as much as Black women's mental health is. And for this Juneteenth, with it, number one, being the second national celebration, but then also falling on the same weekend as Father's Day,
Right.
I saw an opportunity to bring all of these ideas and all of these people who are also looking for opportunities to celebrate and protect Black men together. And through partnerships with Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, the Xi Tau chapter, using the resources that we have facilitated through CSRN, through partnerships with Brothers United and MLK, School for Boys, the Local 500, First Tee Golf. There were so many.
That's right.
There were so many entities that wanted to come together to use this opportunity, not only to celebrate the joy of Juneteenth, but to also acknowledge the importance of Black men's health, and whether that's mental health, physical health, or healthy relationships. I think this was our chance to truly focus on Black men and give them a space to have questions answered, a space to just be free Black men. And I'm so thankful that what I had planned 10 years ago morphed into something so much bigger
That's
and better than what I could have ever thought or imagined. And there were many meetings that Brother Washington, you and I both attended, where there were many voices in the room, and there were just as many meetings where it was a handful of individuals who became the decision makers.
Right.
But at the end of the day, all of the people who were supposed to be making those decisions were in the meetings they were supposed to be in.
Right.
And I think through just letting time run its course, letting people be who they are, letting circumstances happen, and letting the ebb and flow of life just kind of not dictate how I feel, but just let me know like what the next move should be or could be. I think that's what brought so many resources out for Juneteenth. And I just want to give a special shout out to the Lucas County Mental Health Resource Services Board, for being the catalyst for a lot of the activities that went on. Because of that initial partnership, that's kind of what gave me the confidence to kind of buy in to taking over Smith Park. And to kind of making my vision known for what this whole event was going to look like, and having the support of Black men. I think that's something that I think gets pushed aside a lot. There were many Black men who were supportive of my ideas. who were supportive of making sure that that I wasn't pushed out or silenced.
Right.
And I think that happens a lot as a Black woman. You kind of have to look for someone else to co-sign for you because Black women are often overlooked. Black women are often taken for granted and expected to just kind of go with what someone else says.
Right.
But this was the first time I think that every Black man that I came across looked to me to make the decision and trusted that I knew what the vision was, and they just followed the lead. Because at the end of the day, it's all about love.
Right.
And so this was just a day of love for the community, but I especially wanted to make sure that Black men were centered. And so that's why with us having Montrese host, and I'm sure he dragged many people out of their houses because they were like, what in the world is happening on that stage? And then when they got there, they had the fire department coming out to just talk about fire safety. We had ProMedica come out to talk about physical health. We gave away air fryers so that it's not only about frying greasy foods, it's about having healthy options.
All right, hold on. Shout out to all my people that love greasy food. Don't mind Ruth, all right? So all my greasy food people that wanted to donate to CSRN 419 and CSRN.
Look, greasy foods, we love y'all too, but this Juneteenth, we wanted to make sure that heart health came first.
That's right.
So I'm just so incredibly thankful for all of the support that this event had. I'm thankful that this was one of the first events that the educated activist could put its name on to say that it's all about the community, and however that works, however that happens, if the community is going to benefit from what you are offering, then you are more than welcome to come and participate. And we saw that with this Juneteenth, with it being a health fair that was birthed out of entertainment. So,
and I like to also give a shout out to Brother Richard Langford.
Definitely.
And it's true. Some of us Black men who have difficulty with self-esteem, we will want to dominate the people that we think are the weakest, and we do that.
Yes.
However, Richard and all the other Qs and myself, we knew where our place was. All right. If we wanted to see this successful, we knew where our place was. Yeah. What did you say, Jody?
No, I just got quiet for a second after you said we knew where our place was.
Oh, no, I think that's maybe your internet over there. All right, Jody, that may just be your internet. All right. But yeah, all of us, I thank all the brothers that did what we needed to do with, and if there was any pushback from some of us, I didn't see it. And if there was any, we took care of that ourselves.
Yeah, definitely.
Who is this Ruth lady that's telling us, hey, that's Ruth, all right?
Yeah. So and that's the other thing I think that was so invigorating. It's just that there was this innate trust. There was a trusting of the process of what the vision was that that I was able to really lean on Brother Washington and Jody, Julian, and Richard specifically, that core group, to say like, no, Ruth knows what she's doing. Ruth has got this.
That's right.
And in so many other scenarios as a Black woman, you often feel pushed to the background. But this was the first time that even though it was an event for Black men, it was trusted to let a Black woman take the lead. And at the end of the day, I think that's what made it so successful, is the fact that men could just relax and could just show up and know that whatever need they had that was supposed to be met, it was going to be acknowledged, it was going to be talked about, it was going to be out in the open. And I think that the merging of masculine and feminine energy really made this event work, because I think the feminine ideology is that you can talk about it out in the open. You can yell it from a bullhorn, and you can say there is a problem that needs to be acknowledged. And to take that feminine energy with masculine topics, things like prostate cancer, and to say we are going to acknowledge this out in the open, no matter how embarrassed you may feel. This is something that is killing Black men in record numbers. We can't stay silent about it. So to merge those two, I think, is what happened in the planning process, as well as what happened in the execution.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Hey, well, it's 7:13.
All right.
Hey, I want to just take a short break, bring up Dr. P, the leadership coach. Then we're going to come back in with Jody, top some loose ends for us in 5 minutes of heat.
All righty then.
Hey, listen, this is the CSRN, our weekly podcast. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Dr. P. Not only am I a leadership coach, I'm a change agent, and I'm a race scholar. I've used my study of race to dismantle systems and organizations, but I also use that to help you as the individual become a better leader for your families and for your community.
All right, we are back. CSRN's weekly podcast. I've got Ruth Leonard, the lead of the administrative core, and I have our treasurer, Jody Summers, or a child of the system, or spoken truth, or that's a meal, or the artist, the spoken word master, the person that can be in three places
at once.
Right, or as Gucci Man said, at the same damn time. All right. Hey, listen, Jody, if you can, could you introduce yourself to those who are watching now and those who may stream later? Who are you? What do you have on? And what's up with that?
All right. What's up, everybody? Jody J. Summers, child of the system, better known as Spoken Truth. I am the treasurer of this wonderful organization that has existed longer than any nonprofit or many government agencies here that try to help the community. But, you know, sometimes things don't happen the way and boards separate. But we have stayed together for all of this time, just a few of us. For those of you listening out there, I'm a big brown bear skinned of a man that is covered in tattoos and crystals and piercings and all of that stuff. The hat that I'm wearing is my own clothing that was birthed out of the artwork that is all over the country. And yeah, besides the books and everything like that, the films, and next year I'm going to be trying for a Grammy, a whole bunch of other stuff. But yeah, that is me in a nutshell. My gender pronouns would be him, he, and we, because like they say, most days if you get on social media, it looks like I am at 3 places at once. But no, it's just me and my wonderful feet walking there. So that is just kind of a little intro on who I am.
All right, so loose ends. I watch you on social media. I see the things that you're promoting. I see a lot of the places that you were for Juneteenth. All right. Yes, you were at Smith Park, but you were some other spaces too. What was that like? Are there some other things coming up that we need to know about?
Well, there's always something coming up. I run 6 boards in the city now. So, but yeah, for Juneteenth, I'm going to just kind of make an album. I'm still 3 months behind from actually doing a few films and anthologies. So my timeline, if anybody watches me like they normally did, we are stuck on March 13th. We'll be moving forward sometime, but for Juneteenth, I am going to make its own personal album because I have over 457 photos and 22 videos from the places that I was at. Of course, I was at Mott Branch with all of our lovely CSRN members, and the 17 sponsors we had this year.
Yeah.
By the way, that was our 6th Juneteenth event.
Here we go.
I'm happy that Ruth held the reins this year in 2018. I believe that was Brother Washington's in 2019. We've all got a chance to have a crack at Juneteenth. 2019 was my year. In 2018, we actually got a resolution from the city for Black Lives Matter Day. So just a little history on the buildup versus just,
Right.
hey, we want to do an event. This is time, lots of time put in. Before that, I was at the Women's Book Author Expo at Uptown Green before I set up. So shout out to Danetta Carter and all the events and pop-ups and expos that she tries to do and helps entrepreneurs out.
Right.
So after I left our event, there was another event that I went to. And yes, it's not Juneteenth centered, but I was there, so it is Juneteenth centered.
That's right.
Was the Bubba LaRue at Main Street, the EDM rave bubble party, which is going on every 2 weeks, because that is why my artwork dances when you see it illuminated under lights. So I was there. I actually got to give Victor Dale his artwork because my piece, Pandemical Revolution Through the Eyes of the Woke, his name is on that, actually. Him and Aaron Pope name is in that artwork and is going up for auction. Actually, no, won an award previously for Best in Show. The next day, I was at Walbridge for the 3rd annual Juneteenth celebration, which is now an LLC company with Chica Harris. No, it's not Chica Harris.
Shanique.
Shanique. It's very hard to say her name on Facebook. So, yeah, Brother Washington handle that. But that was awesome. We had a lot of people out there. Of course, we had the parade that day.
Jody, say your name.
Yeah.
Say your name.
You want me to say my name?
No, say her name. How do you say your name, Brother Washington?
Shanichi.
Shanichi. Okay, that's her Facebook name, but she also has a different name, and I can't remember it at the time right now. It's a lot easier to say, but I can't remember it at the time. But that was awesome. There was a whole bunch of speakers there, lots of vendors. We had a show by I cannot think of his name, but I know they put it in the Juneteenth celebration thing because he did a in-live podcast for everybody that was there. We had fireworks. And so those are the 3 events that I did over Juneteenth.
Okay.
And her name is Carlissa.
That's what it is. Yeah, Carlissa.
Yeah,
a lot easier to say than the other name.
Oh damn! You give all of us slave names. All right, it's all good, Jody.
Hey, I'm honest. Shoot, I read so many times people's names on stage. Give me the easy one. That's all I need. But lots of loose ends and stuff. I say follow my page because right now I am booked out every single weekend until October. So from Friday to Sunday, I have 1, 2, or 3 events going on the same day, on top of the taxable, which is what I'm wearing right now because I had 9 more minutes. But I take a break because no matter what, somebody has to do it, and it's better to come directly from the horse's mouth than hearsay from somebody else.
There you go.
All right. So when it comes to 5 minutes of heat, before we close out, what do you have for us today?
Today, I have a special one because of all the recent events that's going on with Roe versus Wade and all the other political stuff. I am going to be doing Trust Us. So a second take on Trust Us, which over my career, I never really go back over stuff. It's just one and done. That way you find me and I know I'm not incentivizing nobody to actually want to hear the poems or anything. But and on the 4th of July, which is my anniversary for the art, I'll be doing Trust Us, Criminal Needs, and Monopoly Money as a way to show solidarity with what just happened with Roe versus Wade and whatever's next in the chopping blocks from these new Supreme Court justices. In 2018, I went to the State House where it was first being discussed with Planned Parenthood, and I knew one of the other political parties came up with their child in disagreement, and everybody clapped and applauded. Paula, I think, was there, and she didn't because she had opposition to it.
All right.
Rightful reasons. But this is what we understand as activists. I believe I made a post on my page. I'm not outraged or disgusted. I knew it was happening. It's just for all the protesting, for all the marches, for all the
Yes, sir.
engagement that we do in the community, if a third of you, and this is me speaking to our audience, and I can't see you on the other end if you answer questions,
All
but
right.
if a third of you came out and actually voted to get these people out of office or in office, it would probably work. Because me, and I'm sorry to call y'all Brother Washington, are election officials. So we see the results when you say, yep, I'm protesting today, but tomorrow I did nothing except type. I hate that, but that is also part of the process. So 23, I got a couple minutes. So this piece is called Trust Us. To everybody out there, hopefully when baseball season, I'll be able to join everybody. And what are we up to? Studio E?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are.
Until we have all our in-person meetings. And shout out to Ruth. Thank you. You did an awesome job.
That's right.
Again, sometimes complications arise, but we did exactly what we came out to do. And I thank you for taking the reins on that. I thank you for being so level-headed in a situation that could have been stressful and restarting the Smith Park Fest with the absence of Tyrone.
That's beautiful.
So,
Oh, yes. I missed
all
her.
right.
Anyway.
I know it's a lot, but I only had a few minutes. So, in just a couple minutes, I'll be reading this piece here, trying to make sure I don't have any background noise or anything like that. Just give me a second.
You sound good over.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also one of the difficulties of working outside, and anybody can come across line and stuff. I wonder, can I rotate this? No, I can't rotate the camera. But yeah, so walk over this way a little bit. And this piece was read during Black History Month at Chambers because we also raised the flag. So this is its third time being read on camera. Let's begin. Peace. Trust us. When you are too sick to fight, too scared to run, and misinformed to the point where you don't trust anyone, they will come for you. They will come for your ability to travel. They will come for your ability to feed your family. They will come for your ability to shelter your family. They will come for your ability to educate your family. They will come for your ability to provide for your family. When you are too sick to fight, too scared to run, and misinformed to the point where you don't trust anyone, we will incentivize you. We will use your religious beliefs against you. We will offer you freedom. We will confuse you with choice. We will give you everything that delays you from independent thought. When you are too sick to fight, too scared to run, and misinformed to the point where you don't trust anyone, you will do anything we tell you to. You will march, protest, and divide yourselves amongst your strength. You will fight over everything we tell you to. You will do the ostracizing and identifying for us. You will, yes, you will obey. You will not question. When you are too sick to fight, too scared to run, and misinformed to the point where you don't trust anyone, give us everything we ask for. Give us your identities to sell to our designer products. Give us more time than you have to spend with your family or yourself. Give us your fear, hate, love, dreams, and we will create a lifestyle you will never, no, never want to leave. Give us your pain, sorrow, anguish, loneliness, and nightmare-filled tears so we can create a world where you, yes, you, are the victim in every scenario. Give us your hope. When you are too sick to fight, too scared to run, and misinformed to the point where you don't trust anyone. Trust us, and we will give you everything, yes, everything we feel you deserve. They will come for you. And as long as you trust us, giving us everything, yes, everything we ask for, we will offer you anything you want. In peace.
All right, Jody.
Right.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, before we close out with the solidarity pledge, I'm going to lead today.
Okay.
All right.
All right, I guess.
All right.
Yes.
All right. And hope we get our timing together. All right.
I
with
think
Jody.
we can do it. I think we can do
All
it.
right. With Jody. You can repeat after me. Say I. Your name.
Ruth.
Jody.
Pledge to strive.
Pledge
to strive.
To love my brothers and my sisters.
To love my
brothers and my sisters.
As I love myself.
As I love
I love myself.
I. Your name.
Ruth.
J. Summers.
Pledge to strive.
Pledge to strive.
Pledge to strive.
To study to improve myself.
To study to improve.
Study to improve myself.
Spiritually.
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 Mentally.
Mentally.
Morally.
Morally.
And physically.
And physically.
For the benefit of myself.
For the benefit of myself.
My family.
My family.
And my people. All right.
And my people.
I. Your name.
Child of the system.
Pledge to strive.
Pledge to strive.
To be a part of the solution.
To be a part of the solution.
The process.
The process.
And not the problem.
And not the problem.
I. Your name.
Spoken truth.
Pledge to strive.
Pledge to strive.
Give all that I can spare.
To
give all that I can spare.
Of my time.
Of my time.
My strength.
My strength.
And energy.
And energy.
To achieve. The above said.
The above said.
All right, great job, everybody. Give yourselves a hand. This has been one of the our first podcast at our new digs. We're at the Maconda, where they welcomed us to be here, and we hope to also schedule some live podcasting opportunities so that the public can come out
for sure
and watch this live, and then have some questions, comments, and answers at the end.
Yes,
and
indeed.
family, as always, all lives can't matter until
Black lives matter.
And Black lives can't matter until
all Black lives matter.
Justice or else. Peace.